Welcome to Sailing Panda. We have come quite a long way since our departure from Florida over a year ago. We have sailed thousands of miles, swam in tropical waters, and froze ourselves around the glaciers of Greenland. Now we find ourselves in France, in the heart of the Britain culture. One of the reasons for leaving behind the comfortable life we had was to get uncomfortable. We wanted to explore, push ourselves, and experience this world in an unusual way. Nothing has certainly been normal traveling during a world pandemic, but we have learned to make the most of it. And on all these points, our time in France delivers. We experience, we learn, we enjoy, and we worry. But all of this culminates to the adventure we set out to have. Now, let's dive into the beautiful seaside town of Douarnenez. Walking around the town of Douarnenez here, it's just such a quintessential French village. The architecture is absolutely French. The cars, the businesses, of course, the creperies and bakeries. We only sailed a few hundred miles from the UK, but it just feels like a world away already. So that's a great experience about traveling by boat, is you don't have to move too far, especially in this region, to get a completely different cultural experience. Quite the tidal rush.
Yeah.
Open the floodgates, let the water flow into the river.
So cool.
This is cool, walking across this bridge here. This is the river that goes up Douarnenez, and this bridge is not only just a bridge, but it's like a dam. So when the tide is high, the water floods in and floods the river and keeps it at a level, and then when the tide runs out, the dam keeps the river water in. So all the boats on this side can maintain a level, and then everything on this side just dries out completely. So what do you think about Douarnenez so far?
Oh, I love it. It's a really cool sailing and fishing community. Yeah, and it's a very cute French town.
So now we're gonna walk to the market and get some lunch, which means baguette, cheese, and yeah, whatever else we'll find. Alright, Panda, what do we got?
Baguette. Got a few cheeses, a little cheese thing, salmon. I've been wanting to try some caviar. Had it on sushi, but I'd like to try it. And some cheese. Those are some strong flavors. So you have the sweetness from the tomato and the texture. That's now up against the salty fishy flavor. And then it pops in your mouth, which is fun. And then the strong cheese flavor, which is like a brie, but a little stronger. Yeah. We had a recommendation from one of our followers to try some salted butter here. This isn't the exact one she recommended, but we're still gonna give it a try. I guess it's a good alternative to cheese on your baguette.
Oh, and the wine. a Bordeaux. Okay, we are leaving Douarnenez.
We are leaving Douarnenez.
We're gonna have about a 60-mile sail today. This is where I explain how our sail was supposed to be. Foreshadowing, it didn't go as planned.
Oh, it's actually sunny out.
It is sunny.
Very excited.
Sunshine.
Gonna sail off the anchor.
In just our short time here in France, the extreme sailing culture has rubbed off. They sail everywhere. So we take a note and practice sailing off the anchor without using a drop of expensive diesel fuel.
We have a starfish on our anchor. It's the first time we've had a starfish on our anchor. He's so cute. Yeah. Look at him.
Oh my gosh! Oh, look at that! Oh, wow! Swell is pretty significant. We were more protected than I thought. Like, our anchorage was a bit rolly, but yeah, our anchorage did pretty good considering this swell.
Oh, and the sun is still out.
Well, we're beating into it once again. We have like 25 knots on the nose. Pretty decent sized swell. So progress is very slow. But on the bright side, the sun is out, which is a nice change compared to our last sail was damp, overcast, and rainy. But man, I am just getting tired of like beating into weather. The last 2 sails now have been exactly this.
Yeah, it was such a rude awakening. All of a sudden we got out into the bay. There's these huge swells, like probably 2 meters, 1.5 to 2 meters. And the wind just went up to almost 30 knots a few times. So we reefed down really quickly, but we were so blindsided by that.
This swell is just, it really hampers our forward progress. You know, you build up some speed and then boom, you hit a swell and you just stall. And trying to go upwind, like you need water over the keel to make windward performance. So yeah, it's tough. We'll just have to work at it pretty hard today. So we're not able to make this thing in time. What I mean here by not making it is the timing to get through the La des Sons. It's one of the most intense tidal races in the area, and the timing is critical. Unfortunately, with this upwind beating, we simply weren't making the miles needed, and our window was closing fast.
Today I'm like, no, this is gonna be the sail.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this.
I like your positive attitude.
I'm trying really hard this time. I told myself today that I would not be miserable, and I would be happy to be alive, to be sailing on a Monday.
And instead, I'm the one that's all blah.
I know, we're both so opposite. Like last sail, you were like, "This is amazing," and I was like, "This sucks."
I was having a great time. And just noticed the stay is super loose, and I think the spreader's angled up quite a bit. It's hard to tell what the issue is. The spreader looks okay, but just the stay is super loose. So I think I need more tension on the rig on the windward side. Need to reef in and take the pressure off the rig. We're gonna bear away.
Okay.
Ease out the main.
Le coste Orten, il passe sur le...
I don't have the shrouds tight enough to handle like 30 knots upwind beating into it. Yeah, I was just tired of beating up the boat anyway. Plans, all written at low tide in the sand. And this example today is exactly what we have come to learn about sailing. With our mast supports wobbling and our window to get through the strait a distant sight, Kenny Rogers would say, sometimes you have to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
It's better, it's better for the rig. We chose a good window for wind, too much swell, but it's too much for our boat. When you can choose a better weather window or a better window for your boat's health, maybe that's what you're supposed to do. We're constantly learning.
Yeah, we can do a full rig inspection.
I'd feel more comfortable if we did a rig inspection when we got back.
Yeah, it should not be like that. That was terrifying.
I had flashbacks of us bashing into it on the way to Scotland and breaking our chain plate. Had that same feeling like, oh God, every time I bash into another wave, it's gonna break.
All right, back to Douarnenez. Nice. I mean, the bonus is we get a nice downwind sail. Yeah. So now all the sails are eased, we're reefed, and we're probably doing 6 knots. Yeah, look at that.
We just did a day sail. That's.
We day sailed. Finished.
We sailed onto the anchor.
So it's us tacking, and then dropping anchor. And just for good diligence, because there's some high winds, we did turn the motor on now to back down on the anchor. All the motor's on, we could use a little bit of juice and some hot water. So just letting it idle for maybe 10 minutes or something like that. Yeah, a tough sailing day, like having to abandon because of the conditions, and then we weren't too confident about our rig, so just have to readjust our attitude. All right, until next time. With that, join us next week when we actually do make it out of Douarnenez and sail up the stunning O'Day River. Selfie walk and talk with this is terrible.
Ring of fire. I don't remember the rest of that song. I need music to get through these things.
See that this is its friend.
Whew. That went well.